guys, and welcome back to my channel. Welcome back to a new video. I'm currently sitting in the baby's nursery. I know I haven't shown too much of it yet here on YouTube. I know you guys have been asking for it. It's coming soon, but for today's video, I kind of wanted to just sit down and have like a chill area. I've been wanting to make this video for so long. And I feel like it's finally time where I feel comfortable enough to do it. If you are new to my channel, then welcome. I'm currently 34 weeks pregnant with a little boy, so we are due December 1st. So if you are watching this video because you are currently pregnant, then congratulations. Or if you're just watching it to kind of see an insight into my pregnancy, then welcome again. So why don't we go ahead and start with the things that I feel like nobody tells you about pregnancy. So I've been making some notes on my phone just so I can remember all of these things as things have been happening that I'm like, okay, what's going on? I've been putting them in my phone because I knew I wanted to make this video based upon the things that I feel like I've felt that I haven't seen anyone else really talk about. So I'm going to go ahead and go through these things. I'll insert some pictures. I'll show you guys all the things. Like, I'm trying not to hide anything in this and let you know like the real rawness of pregnancy, which I feel like if you are or have been pregnant before, then you kind of understand. So to give you a little backstory on myself in general, I am 27. This is my second pregnancy. The first one I did have blighted ovum. I've talked all about that in a previous video, so if you are curious on that, that happened to us last year. I'll link the video down below for you guys. So I want to first start by saying something that I didn't know was how much fear you have in the beginning. And this, I kind of want to say, could tie into the fact of my previous pregnancy and how that went for me, but I was so fearful all of the time. Like, I want to say it didn't let up until probably like about week like 20 maybe. I feel like once I started feeling him move, I think that that's when my mind kind of like eased a little bit. I won't say that it goes away because I'm still like fearful every single day, but in the beginning, every little thing, it's like you're so afraid. And again, this could just be me, but I didn't know how scared I would be, like all the time, checking constantly to see if, like, you know, every time I went to the bathroom, I was like wiping and I was like, okay, is there blood? Like, it was always a thing where in my head, I was always like waiting for something to be wrong. And I didn't know that that was going to be like that. I was so afraid all the time, and like I said, I still deal with that quite a bit, and I don't know if that's something that I had previously, but I don't think anyone really talks about how much you worry in those first like few months of pregnancy, like the very beginning, like how when you can't feel anything and you don't know what's going on and your appointments are so far apart, like how much you really do worry. The next thing that kind of struck me that I wasn't ready for was the amount of advice that you receive when you are pregnant. And with being on social media, I am used to people, you know, telling me their opinions and telling me how they feel about things. But pregnancy advice is like a new level of, it's a lot. And if you're not ready for it, then it can kind of just hit you like a bus. And I feel like that's what happened to me. I just wasn't expecting so many people to have opinions on everything that I do. Like, everything from, you know, your hair to your nails to your skincare to your clothes to everything that you do. I feel like someone is judging what you're doing, and a lot of people have said that's kind of just setting me up for the motherhood, because I feel like a lot of people say that the advice that comes with motherhood and the mom shaming and all of that is really tough as well. And I feel like I already have anxiety about it because how much I have felt through like people judging, you know, my pregnancy thus far. So I don't know that that's something I've never heard, because I feel like I have heard that before, but for me that was kind of just like a wake-up call. Like, okay, maybe I should limit like what I'm sharing, because, you know, people really do have very, very strong opinions, and if you are doing something opposite than what they do or what they've done. Something that kind of goes along with the beginning of the pregnancy is that not everyone experiences morning sickness. So for me, I personally haven't experienced it whatsoever. I never felt sick. I never felt nauseous. I never threw up, like none of that. I have felt pretty much good as far as that goes this entire time. I've never experienced any of that. And it kind of ties back into like the fear in the beginning, because I feel like a lot of people experience that and it's not really talked about too much to not experience it. So for me, I kept feeling like something must be wrong, like I'm not getting sick, I don't feel any nausea, like I kept waiting to feel it. And I even remember texting my friend and being like, I wish I would just get sick already so I knew something, like that it was right, you know, that everything was going right. And she was like, you're crazy, like maybe you're just not gonna get sick. But I guess in my head, I put the two like together. Like if I'm not sick, then something must be wrong, you know, kind of a deal. But it doesn't happen for everyone. Like I said, I'm almost all the way through with my pregnancy and I've never had nausea, never thrown up. I know I have so many friends that have, and I feel guilty in a way because I feel like I just don't have that experience and I can't imagine how awful that would be. But I don't feel like it's talked about enough that not everyone is going to experience that. So for me, I felt that as like, okay, something must be wrong, but really, you know, not everyone has the nausea, not everyone gets sick in pregnancy. Self-confidence is also another thing that I feel like takes a shot during pregnancy. Maybe not for everyone, but I know at least for me, you just don't feel like yourself. And no matter what you do to try and feel confident, and you know, even in the beginning, I feel like your mom's starting to show and you're like, yeah, like this is gonna be cute. Just from the very, very beginning, I feel like my self-confidence has just taken like a massive hit. And I wasn't expecting that. I thought like, I'm gonna be this cute pregnant mom, like I'm gonna do my makeup and my hair every day and all these things, and I guess I have done some of those things, but I still feel like no matter what, I feel like I always feel uncomfortable and I always feel self-conscious about something or another. I, for the most part, have a decent amount of confidence. I feel like that's not something I struggle with. So to have that kind of happen and have that struggle has been definitely a wake-up call for me and something new for me that I haven't experienced previously. So that's been different. Okay, so now we're gonna get into some of kind of like the nitty-gritty things. So let's talk about stretch marks. You know, those lovely things that you hear that you'll get, but you don't know if you'll get. A lot of times those are genetic, at least from my understanding. Like if your mom had them, or your dad had them, your parents had them, you're more than likely you're going to get them. For me, that has definitely been the case. I bought all the lotions, all of the things, and I was hoping I wouldn't get them, but I have gotten them. And you guys, why I'm adding this to the list is because I have gotten so many that I did not even know it was physically possible to have this many, and I still have 6 weeks to go. So I'm going to insert some videos to show you guys. When they started popping up on my legs like they did, I just like freaked out. It was like instant freak out mode. Like I did not know that I was going to get that many and the places that I got them. So I have them all down on my complete legs. They're on the back of my legs. I have them on my sides now. I have them on my stomach. I've noticed them on my chest. Like they're pretty much everywhere. And I didn't know that was going to happen. I knew I would get them because I had them a little bit as a teen, but I didn't know to the extent. And I wanted to include that in the video because I feel like had I known that I would get that many, maybe I wouldn't have been so like, oh my gosh, what's happening when they started to pop up. And I'm sure I'll get more, and it's okay. I mean, at the end of the day, like I am a little self-conscious about them, I'm not going to lie. But at the end of the day, I feel like if that's what I have to show for my baby, then I'm okay with it. Hairiness. Let's talk about the hair that you get during pregnancy, because I also did not know how much hair you are going to get all over and the amount of hair that you're going to get. So first off, your nails grow, your hair grows. That's all great. Rainbows. I hear that all the time. I did not know you get hair on your stomach. The amount of hair that I have on my stomach is crazy. I actually took a picture in the sun the other day to like try to show the hair because it's very hard to see. I have like blonde hair, so it's hard to see on camera. But I got this picture so you guys can see how much hair I have on my stomach. I feel like my leg hair has been growing faster. My hair everywhere has just been growing faster. But I did not know how much hair you would get on your stomach. It's kind of crazy. So this next part is probably a little bit too TMI for people, but I did not know how much liquid is coming out of you at all times. Like, I constantly feel like I am peeing myself, even knowing I'm not. Like, there is so many things coming out of me liquid-wise that I did not even know was even possible. So I definitely did not know that about pregnancy. After researching it, obviously, I realized that that is pretty common. But I did not know that in the beginning, and I was like, what the heck is going on? Also, did not know how much pain you're really going to be in when it comes to the different aches that you're going to get, especially here. I feel like in the last portion of this pregnancy where I really feel like I've just been like achy all the time. Something I didn't know that you get is those like Charlie horses in your legs. Those are the worst, like where it's like that stabbing, shooting pain through your leg, and you can wake up in the middle of the night with them. That's what keeps happening to me, and it's like intense, and it's such a pain that I didn't even know would happen. And when it first happened, I remember just feeling like freaked out, like, oh my gosh, I feel like my leg's gonna fall off. And I knew in my head, like, okay, this has to be normal. But after I looked it up, I realized it was. But I had no idea that that was gonna happen. So definitely like aches and pains. I feel like your bras are hurting. Nothing is the same. Like everything hurts, and especially the further along you get. But just like the regular things, like putting on pants, I feel like it's painful. You know, you bend over and you grab something and it's like, oh, like it's just a lot of aches and pains. And I know you hear those things, but I think until you experience it and you realize like what is all happening, I think that it just kind of like goes over your head. So I did want to close with that because I feel like that has really been something that is definitely something to adjust to. But that is pretty much going to do it for all of the things that I didn't know personally about pregnancy that I figured out, and the things that you should know that no one tells you. Because there's been quite a bit of times where I've had to Google something and be like, is this normal? I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I know it's a little bit more casual, but I've been wanting to film this for a long time, and I feel like it's just important that we share the good things of pregnancy and also the not so good things. So I hope you guys enjoyed this. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye, friends.